Conditions are essential for every program. So here let's say the input is the age of the user. We want to say if the age is more than 18, we want the user to be able to access for example, the website or the program. So we can have conditions in many ways. One of them is the if keyword. So say if, in parentheses we set the condition. For example, we say if the age is more than 18. That's the condition. Now what's going to happen is inside these two curly brackets. So we want to say if the age is more than 18, just console.write, you have access to the website. And if you're wondering how I move the line up, it's a combination of pressing Alt and the arrow keys. Something else that we can use is the combination of pressing Ctrl, K, and then D. So I hold the Ctrl, pressed K, and then press D while holding the Ctrl. And it is magically cleans up our code. So now we want to have another condition which is connected to this condition. So we have if age was more than 18. Now we want to say if the age was less than 10, for example. There is another keyword which is else keyword, and we attach an if to it. So else if the age was less than 10, here is what you're going to do. I want to copy this and say you are less than 10. So now we have two connected conditions. So if the age was more than 18, do this, and else if the age was less than 10, do this. So we want to have another path as well. So if all of our conditions was not true, here is what you're going to do. So we can do that by the else keyword. So the else keyword does not have parentheses, it just have the curly brackets. So if this condition was not true, and this condition was not true, and any other condition that we have was not true, the else will be triggered. Alright, so let's copy the console.write line here and say this is the else. Now let's run our application. Here we input an age, for example 15, and it says this is the else. Let's do it one more time. So here I press 20 and it says you have access to the website. This is one way that we can use conditions, and there is another way which is called switch case. Switch case is very simple. Here we will just say switch, and here in the parentheses we need to set the variable that we are going to apply conditions to it. In our case it is age, and here we will open and close two curly brackets, and here we can have multiple cases. So we say in case it was more than 18, here is what you're going to do. We do not open up and close curly brackets. We will set the boundaries of the condition to a breakpoint. So here is what's going to happen. It will go into the switch, and we want to switch on the age. If it was more than 18, do this line of codes and then break the condition and get out of the switch. So let's test it out. We want to say console.write line more than 18. So here is another case. We want to say if it was less than 10, and now we want to say if it was anything else, like the else condition that we had for if and if else. And to do that we can just say default. This is the exact thing that we had for if and if else, but here we are using cases, and we are using default for when all of the conditions are not met. Let's change this to default. Let me run the application. 20, it is more than 18. 15, it is default, and 4 is less than 18.